Hello and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. I'm Natalie and I'm an empath and intuitive card reader. And first things first, I'm putting up an indigenous smudge, indigenous to the indigenous people in North America. And sweetgrass and sage are the components. Sweetgrass grows on my front lawn. And this clears out 95% of the airborne bacteria in your home. And also cleans out any dark, bad, oppressive, heavy, downtrodden, overburdened energies that we tend to carry. I tell you today, I've not been well the last couple of days. I'm feeling a little bit better tonight. But I tell you, there have been some negative energies in this house. Just stuff, it's almost like there's evil spirits out there trying to get in. So I smudged the bejesus out of my house today. And honestly, I even have holy water here, water that's been blessed by a priest. And I even went around the house with that, and I swear to God, I seen some sizzles and puffs of smoke. I'm just joking. No, I didn't, but I half expected to. Trying to chase away anything that's negative. Anything at all. So the cards have been done, the rocks have been done, I've been done, and you guys have been done. And that's why I was waving it up here. Trying to send it out across the netherworld into the internet. Yeah. We'll hope anyway. As long as we've got hope, right? Everything's all good. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so credit goes to the cards first. Creator of the Oceanic Tarot deck is what I use for all my online readings, and it is created by Jane Wallace, and the creator of the cards, the art illustrator, is Jane Delaford Taylor. And I pull 5 cards from that. First card is your overall energy. Second card is your finances, your wealth. Your third card, your heart, love, romance. Your fourth card is your challenges for mid-September. And then the last card, your message from spirit. And then at the very end, I pull 1 Significator card from the deck of tarot. And it is written by Bridget Reed. And the illustrator is Colin Howard. Yay for them. They're really good at what they do. Okay. So I want to start, before I start the reading, to just say, give up gratitude and give up a lot of thanks to all the current subscribers and everybody for your likes and your shares, especially those comments down below. They're right up there with subscribers. They're important to me. To me, they're vital and important. I like it when I hear the backstory, or if a reading has resonated with somebody. Let me like to hear how things turn out at the end in the bigger picture. And if you are new to YouTube, and I'm finding a lot of people are brand new to YouTube, the button beneath this video window that says subscribe, all you do have to do is click on that, and next time, anytime, Fundy Fortunes posts anything new, you'll be alerted via your email notification saying that we've done so. And let's see. Oh, yes. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you on a personal level. If you find that you enjoyed the reading and you'd like to have a private reading, personalized just for you, I offer that service. That's found in all the information is found down below in the description box below this video window. Please read that first. Then just ship me off an email. My email address is there, and then we'll discuss it from there. What you get for your money is a video recording like this. I take your pertinent information, and I do what I have to do with the cards to get a personal private reading just for you, a personal reading. And you get a video that's much like this one, only the reading lasts approximately an hour long, sometimes a few minutes shy, and if it goes over that, my camera only records up to 1 hour intervals. Then you get 2. And then I give you the link, which takes you into a YouTube private room where you can view this video, your reading, your personal reading, as often as you'd like for as long as you'd like. It's all saved under private. Nobody gets to see that but you. I do not do live readings. I don't do telephone calls. I don't do, what do they call that, FaceTime or something. I don't even know what that is. I don't do Skype. I don't do anything like that. What I do is this video. Any information exchanged is between emails up until the point of the video. And then I carry out the reading. I have your birth name, your birth date, your name, where you live, where you reside at the moment, any questions that wishes that you may have. So you get an hour-long reading for all of that. So anyways, yes, so let's get on with the reading. I've talked long enough, 5 minutes, that's long enough, isn't it? This is Cancer. This is important to me too, because guess why? Because I'm a Cancer. That's why. So, and I kind of peeked ahead because the cards were flipped up, and I was groaning and moaning, going, no, I'm just going to push you guys out a little bit. Gives me a bit more room here. There we go. Now we're not in each other's faces, are we? We can breathe a bit. All right. So yeah, I'm looking over this reading, and I'm not real happy with. I'm seeing a lot of changes and a lot of challenges coming up for Cancer in the next 2 weeks, and I just want to go. Shh. Put the cards back together and then shuffle them for another 15 minutes before I pick them. But that's fudging them. You know what? I felt even if I did that, these cards or cards that are very similar in meaning would have come up anyway. Cards have a message to send, and that's the way it is. First card's your overall energy. Second card's your wealth and finance, and I think I already told you all this. Third card is your heart, love, and romance. Fourth card are your challenges for the rest of the month, and your sixth, or the fifth card is your message from spirit, and then your significator. All right, let's get this show on the road. Well, get it over and done with. Five of Cups is your overall energy of this reading, Cancer, and it represents sadness. Sadness. Okay, so the key words for this card are unhappiness and feelings of dejection, negative thoughts, confusion, hurt, disruption, abandonment. Advice of this card is to look for and accept any support that is coming your way. Excuse me one moment. There we go. There. All right. Take any support at all that comes your way during the next 2 weeks. Look, don't even fight against that. Just accept it, all right? Don't stand and argue, and don't let your pride get in the way. Just accept support. When people say, look, I've been there. I know what you're going through, and I can help you right now. I have the time, and I have the skills, and I have the resources to be a friend to you right now, and I'm here to help you. That's why I'm here. You're going to find out through advice of friends, family, people who have been through this kind of thing that um, it's not as hopeless as you think, and you're going to heal from whatever it is. I can't see this. I think some are going through breakups. You're not happy about it. You're left kind of standing there going, geez, what happened? What the heck happened? Do you know why, Cancer? You're really intuitive. And because of that, you really know what happened. And now's the time you're going to have to deal with it, whether you want to deal with it or not. When the 5 shows up, it reveals sadness due to loss of a relationship, Cancer. Due to loss of a job for some, and friendships for other, and even the odd Cancer bereavement. The loss of somebody, literal, gone, passed away. This bereavement will be caused by an accident. It's unexpected. Some of you need to let go of the past. This is what the card is showing. I don't like this card. Let's just move on and see what we've got. Because for me being the reader, I'm all about truth. I'm not completely heartless. Plus, I'm a Cancer too. I'm not liking this. Let's go to the next. The next card is your finances. Oh dear, and your wealth. Oh, I wish this was stronger than lemonade right now. Although you drew the Fool, or I drew the Fool, or the card spit the Fool out, I should say. This is all about new beginnings when this card shows up. New beginnings. And you know what? If you look at that picture, he's kind of diving in, and the water's really rough before he even hits it. There's waves up. He's diving into the unknown. But right behind him, alongside him, you can see a dolphin there. And if it's safe for the dolphin to jump right there and dive right in, then it's safe for you too. Dolphins would know if that was a safe haven or not. A good place to jump off at and start again. So when this card shows up, you're on the brink of a new path. And it's a wonderful opportunity that awaits you. You need to follow your destiny, in this case, in work and relationships. Sometimes we think we're stagnant, we sit still, and we're not, because destiny and fate is nudging you along, and you don't even feel the nudge. It's a natural occurrence. In here beforehand, we're all worked up about it. We know there's change coming, so we're all wound up about it, and we're all worried about it, and we're like zoned in on it, and we become maybe a little tiny bit irrational in our thinking, to our what we can say is in the now. So anyone that we're standing there talking to normally would be an okay conversation, but now all of a sudden, because you know there's these changes coming up and not everybody knows about them, but you do, and you're getting a little irritable and ticked off real easy. People rubbing you the wrong way, you think, and they're not. They're just being themselves with you as they know you, and they don't mean anything by it at all. Try to keep that in mind while you're going through this transition, because it's coming. Before you go, though, if this is intentionally making changes in your life, like, yes, you can follow your destiny in your work and follow your destiny in your relationships, but before you follow your dreams, you need to check facts from fantasy. Sometimes cancers can say, well, I'm on a roll. Why would anything go wrong now? Oh, Jesus. Famous last words, right? What could go wrong now? Everything else has gone along swimmingly. Deal with reality, and you're going to find out real quick, and it won't be a pretty picture, you know. Um, you need to to listen to your gut, but at the same time, you need to remain realistic. Like, you can't just up and make these huge life changes and not expect some kind of fallout. Everything can go up like this, but everything's got to come back down again, and it's got to find its own place to sit in comfort within reflection of your life. That's literally your home. Your furniture and the people that you deal with. That we can know 500 people on Facebook, but who are the people that we deal with? That that you could deal with at any minute of any day. You could probably count maybe five people that are always there for you all the time, that are not there even there for you. They're just a part of your life. But I think that's how it is for me and a few other people that I know. They may count on one hand the people that are really, really forefront and part of their life, and it matters what they think of us, and their opinions matter, and their input matters, and we're there to help them, and they're there to help us. And this this is a small network of friends. These are the people that really, 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 really matter. So any changes you're going to make, as slight as you think the change may affect on one of these people, you got to make sure that you give everybody equal time on this, whatever this change is that you're looking for. Give everybody equal time to accept and absorb it. Don't presume. Don't presume people's reactions. You know, if you say, well, I'm not going to be working as much, I'm going to be home more often, don't presume that that's a yay moment for everybody. Maybe it isn't. They might love you, but maybe they don't like you all the time. Who knows? It's just what I'm getting here off the card, that it could be a situation like that. Don't presume. State a fact, put it out to the people that matter to you, and then deal with it. There'll be a fallout and a response. For every action, there's a reaction. This is a good example of that. Some of you may be looking to reinvent yourself at this time. Not a whole lot of you, Cancer. And I'll tell you why, because Cancer can be pretty adventurous. I could be, like my interest gets piqued. But Cancers don't like, for the most part, don't like huge changes in their personal life, their immediate life, where they call home. Where their nest is, I don't like big upheavals and changes. I know I don't. I get very upset. I'm just like trying to take a good old spade and try to uproot an oak tree. You're going to have your hands full and your work cut out for you, because I'm not going to be happy. And I'm holding right on, and I'm shoving my roots even deeper, because I don't like that. I like familiar. I need familiar. You know, little jaunts off here and there to explore the world, that's one thing. But when it comes to home, for for most Cancers, this is our hidey hole. This is our spot. Um, this is my spot, where you see me sitting here. This is my spot, and I can see my TV in my living room over there, because it's all open, kitchen, living room. I can see my big grandfather clock there, and one over there. My front door is right here, which is really my back door, because it all faces the water. And I have windows all along this side, big windows. This is my spot. At my tape, nobody sits here unless you're a guest of honor, and I'll insist on you sitting here just so that you can see what I see every day. That's that's my comfort zone. Nobody takes that from me. Anybody tries to take this from me, and I'm not going to be so nice anymore. You know, then I'll get defensive. Um, so for some, there, some of you have desires for travel, that you want to come back to what you left behind. That's important. But, you know, I wouldn't mind a little trip here, as long as when I know that this is waiting for me when I come back. Some of you are going to be taking a trip, and it could be lengthy for maybe one of you, overland or oversea. I can't predict. It could be flying over, you know, the Atlantic to the Pacific. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. I don't feel it's anything that big that way. You're staying within the Atlantic Ocean, I can tell you that. Absolutely. It could be a long ferry ride. You're taking a trip, and it's a specific trip, but at the same time, it's a trip of celebration as well for some of you. Some of you may be going home to announce an engagement to a family, and you're going by ferry, and it's probably, you know, if it was somebody here local, then it would be from here to Nova Scotia. There is a ferry. You know, it's a two and a half, I think, 2.5 hour ferry ride. Something like that. You could be going home to make an announcement to the family. Um, so that'd be maybe one of you, maybe two of you going on that kind of a trip. It's nothing mind blowing. You're not going to Paris or anything like that. The advice of this card is to look before you leap. But if you do like what you see, then dive in. And that's what this card kind of implicated right from the get go. But he's watching nature all around him. He's very, very alert. He says, well, the dolphins are diving here, so can I. And away he goes, right? And it's all good for him as well. Keywords are risks, innocence, departure, a new pathway, distance, and starting over. And some of you will be starting over. and in the way of employment or money-making schemes or ventures. You could be starting over. You've worked through one thing, you've gotten your kicks out of that, you've made a few bucks, and it's time to move on to something else. That's for very, very, very few of you. All right. So the third cup is your card. Falls into your spart of luff and bull beds. Talking backwards. It's in the spot of love, your heart, and romance. You know when they say you do that, you garble your words, you start talking backwards, or backwards talking, means that you're very close to your subconscious, and that's why everything's coming out here backwards. That's what I've heard. Anyway, Seven of Cups, possibility. Cancer, possibility. Cups are all about hearts and love and home, family. All right. Okay. Right now, some of you Cancers, not surprised, really, because I know a few, not just myself. Some of you are feeling a little bit smug and full of yourself because you feel like you have a lot of choices available to you right now. Bring that ego back down to earth a little bit, okay? Settle back down, because your ego's, it's blowing up. You got no reason to go that far with things. Sure, things are going great for you, but, like, cool it. Have a little bit of modesty, is what I'm trying to say. So you do have a few facts available to you right now. Again, Cancer, don't fall into any kind of fantasies. Check your facts from your fantasies, or your ego will be deflated pretty quick by embarrassment and feeling silly and stupid that you didn't check things out, and someone like you knows better, and you know you should have. So there's an embarrassment, an embarrassing moment. For just a few of you, now I'm talking maybe two Cancers watching this video. You have no sense of what is real right now, and your imagination can get away on you. Easily led, easily swayed, because you're so eager to believe. And we tend to want to have things come at a good pace for us. Something that's not going to make us break a sweat. We're like that. We don't want to break a sweat. We want to believe the hype. We want to believe what we read and say, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. And it's not. And it really isn't. Anything that's worth anything in this life never comes easy. It's never just laid at your feet. Believe you me, if it came to you easily and is laid at your feet, guess what's going to happen after the fact? You're going to pay a price for that. There's the reality. When somebody comes to me and says, I'm going to offer you the whole world and change your life. I see you as some kind of a queen, and I want to give you the life that you deserve. And I can give that to you. And I want to see you happy. And all these wonderful, wonderful. You know what? You're going to pay a price. And there's a cost. You're going to be shinned down a little bit in the ego department, and your independence, and your ego, and your confidence, and your pride, and a chip will be taken away out of every little thing, because that's the way life goes. Nobody comes along and offers you the world without expecting something in return, and that is the bottom line. That is the truth. I would never ever steer anybody wrong any other way. But anybody that comes to me with such words, such fancy, you know what? To me, there's the other side of it too. It's all words. There's no substance behind that. Sometimes people just like to do this, and that's wrong. Because, you're putting a sense of hope in somebody that really needs hope at that time, and you're so darn arrogant about it and ignorant, really. You're just kind of like flapping off. You're not seeing the impact that you have on a person, and your ego's way up here. I said about the ego, there it is, right there, and you're just going on and on and on and on. And this person's sitting there, and they're going, ah. And then in the blaring, hot light of day, all that's gone out the window. And the other person You know, you've left them, you've really left them disillusioned, and that's not right either. So watch that ego. That's come up twice. Be careful with your ego. Be sensitive to what other people are going through. They're not living the life that you are. Don't assume it. And don't say, well, it's not my problem, because once you know something, you know. So you can't do that either. There's a bit of an inner struggle for some of you Cancers. I mean, you're not all nice people like me, eh? No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. But I mean, we're all different, right? I don't know. Maybe I'd be prone to doing something like that. I don't know. I've never been that lucky to feel my ego blow up that much that I was insensitive to other people around me. No, I've never done anything like that. I know I haven't. I've never been. I've never been that fortunate to be in a position where I could allow my ego to blow like that and be sensitive. I've never been in that position. For those of you on the other side of it, don't rush into anything. Check your facts or fantasies from what somebody else is telling you, right? Um, or you could just sit back, fold your hands behind your head, put your feet up, kick back, and see what actually manifests. If somebody's as good as their word, then you're going to see action behind the words. Anybody can say whatever they want, depending on the mood they're in, whatever. They can tell you what you want to hear. But put some real stuff behind it. And now you're talking. When you see, you know what, start to happen. That's when you can, you know, unfold those hands behind your head and kick those feet back on the floor and sit up and pay attention and watch what's going on. Because now the real stuff's coming down. It isn't somebody just talking. It's somebody doing something about it. Anybody can talk. Real strong. Maybe this is applying to me even, because I can think of a few people that could be that way if they wanted to be. But it's for somebody else out there. Wait and see what manifests. The proof's in the pudding. Actions are in the, the promises in the action. See, if you're seeing any action, then you know that this is a real deal. The keywords are fantasy, confusion, no Sherlock, choices, maybe. And if you've got choices, then you're doing really, really well. Choices are a good thing if you've got choices. We don't all have choices. Sometimes we're stuck in a place and there is no choice. There's nowhere else to go but remain in that stuck place. And we'll get out of it eventually, but man, it's going to be long and tiring. End of. Dreams, imagination, vision, and passion. And you need to have dreams in order to have imagination, and you need to have visions. The imagination stirs the vision, and then there's passion behind that drives everything. So when it comes to relationships, I see some, I don't know the words to use here. The feeling that I'm getting, it's not stagnant. There's a lot of movement going on here. This is all about love and family. Um, it's not all good. It's pretty up and down and crazy. It's almost like it's like someone took, you know what an Indian ball is? They're super, super, super bouncy. They call them a super ball. If you buy them out of a department store, we call them Indian balls. And all you had to do, and they're small little thing, and you just drive that at the ground or the floor. If you've got four walls in the ceiling, that ball will keep moving and it just bounces and it just ricochets and it goes all over the place. And it's just this momentum. And it's really hard, it's rare unless it hits something soft. And then it went poof, right? But as long as it's hitting a firm surface, it just keeps boing, 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 boing. It's everywhere. You can hit it like that on the floor and have it come up and hit the ceiling, come over here and hit the wall. It's insane, and it moves at a high speed. That's what I feel like. It's a metaphor. But it's like things are going to be like somebody tossed an Indian ball, and you're back and you're forth, and you're in and you're out, and you're up and you're down, and that's what's going on in your love and relationships right now. I don't think anybody's feeling very, very sturdy in any position right now because they feel like anything could happen at any time. It could go one way or it could go the other. Changes could be imposed upon us that we weren't even seeing. Those of you that are blinded by your ego, wake up. You're going to get the biggest wake-up call. That's going to happen. Number 4, It's turning into a long reading. Number 4 are your challenges for mid-month September, Cancer. Do not, for those of you that are new to tarot, don't be alarmed by the card because it isn't what you think. But I pulled in your challenges for mid-month September is the Death card, and it's all about transformation. Now, when this card comes up, it's not about death. And in this tarot deck, usually the card of death is white-faced skeleton, with a big hooded black cape on a big black steed, and he's riding off, and he's got that forked thing or whatever that is. That I don't know what that is. Probably an auger. Anyway, that's what you see in other decks. In this deck, this is a dory. It's a boat. It's a fishing boat. And it's a dory. And on either end, you can see that that's very evident. That's what its job was above the water. Its purpose was for fishing because there's fishing nets at the bow and at the stern. And then you see a lot of marine life as it sits there on its side, and its sides are rotting out. And there's all this marine life. It's a very busy place. And the sunbeams are coming down on it because its job and its purpose above the earth, okay, were one thing. All right? But at the sea bottom, it's a whole different purpose. It's found another purpose. There's sea life, marine life, there's plankton, and there's coral, and there's fish living in there, and fish feeding off of there, and fish hiding in there. And there's mammals, there's sharks, and dolphins, and all kinds of life teems and vibrates around this derelict dory. And all it is it serves an even more important purpose. Its purpose is not dead at all. It serves its other purpose beneath the surface of the water. So, excuse me. Oh, I heard a coyote. Yeah, I'm hearing sounds. How interesting, right in the middle of reading. Okay, so a great change is coming in your life when you see this card show up. That's what it is. Your life is for some of you, going to take on a whole different purpose. Some of you had a mantra, you know, that this is the way life is. This is the way life see it. This is my motto, my mantra, my mission. And some people are really gullible and think that that's how they're going to live their life out. It's the way they've got it planned out in their head, and this is the way things are going to go. And some of you were in for a big, 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 big change. A transformation to ready for change. Some of you may be a new job, and for some of you, new relationships. I think I mentioned that earlier, a breakdown in relationship, and you had no idea. You're very almost arrogant about it. So even bad habits or habitual way of living, for some of you, is trying to break free of addictions to other people, where we become so comfortable with each other and everything is falling um, um, in where we want it to, and everything's sliding into these little slots, and it's just wonderful, and isn't it great? And the ego and the self-assuredness comes into play and says, well, I got it going on, and I got it in the bag, and blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, no, you don't. Some of you are in for a little bit of a surprise, and I'm sorry to say that. And I think your ego's going to be more hurt than your heart is in this case. You're not going to be devastated emotionally, just that your ego's going to take a bit of a bruising because you were just too comfortable. Somebody else wasn't. That's how it works. The advice of this card is what will be will be. Don't resist change. That needs to happen. Embrace the change. So the key words are rebirth, ending, change, release, relief, and conclusions. Endings and new beginnings. There's nothing wrong with that at all, Cancer. Okay, so the fifth card and last card in the Oceanic Tarot deck is the Six of Swords. Yes. And this is all about calm. C-A-L-M, quiet, peace, calm. I had this card earlier as well for another sign. All about calm. So the message from Spirit is that this is a card of reassurance, calm waters after upheaval. So there's your upheaval all along, as I told you, Cancer, what was going on here. There's a lot going on here. Very highly active, emotional and physical changes. And I don't mean like in your body weight. I mean in your life. Physical changes. Emotional changes. Man, my card's getting wet. There we go. Physical travel over water, moving on in positive ways, new work on the horizon. Another meaning for this card is protection. And prioritize important things and leave behind people or things that are no longer important or serving you. Go with the flow. No need to resist change. Keywords are journey, moving on, safe havens, finding peace, resolution, and protection. A big nudge to tell you, some of you, okay, are kicking right in, going into protection mode and prioritizing important people, places, excuse me, and things. And stop right there while you're making up this mental and emotional list of what's serving you, what's no longer serving you. Check, double check, triple check, 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 check. The odds of you picking and going in the wrong way or picking and removing something or someone, be very careful. This is where you're highly open to making wrong choices. Don't go right off and say, well, I know what I want and I know which way I'm going. Do you really? Do you really? You need to stop and you really, really need to think very, very carefully what you remove from your life right now. The reason I'm being pushed to say this is because, especially when it comes to other people, if you remove them from your life right now, you'll never get them back. Ask yourself, how important are they in your future? You know, you don't have to be, Mr. Johnny on the spot or Miss Susie, here I am all the time with certain people. You can go a long time and not communicate with somebody, but they're still the same old person that you know. These people could prove to be a benefit to your life, to enrich your life down the road, to enhance your life. And you may not see their value right now. Be very, very very careful about those changes. Wow, that's a lot of stuff, Cancer. Even I'm going to go back and review this video because it's so much that I just couldn't catch it all. What I pulled for you in Significator was the Seven of Pentacles. Here's your Significator. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, here. Let's see what we've got. All right. This card represents a fear of failure. Yep, that fits Cancer true and through. Cancers don't like this, and it's a real fear. You need to be patient. You do not rush anything. What did I say about your choices? Things that you're no longer serving you a purpose. Be very careful. Self-control will win the day. If you have a run of bad financial fortune, it's time to examine your reactions to those losses. If you believe you'll fail, then you surely will. We have a major role in creating our own reality. If we expect negative things, we are inviting them into our lives. So there's this whole thing with the ego and being assured, and you would think, well, that's going to bring in and draw in all these positive things and energies and wonderful things. But here's the thing, like I said, You can get a bit too full of yourself sometimes, Cancer. And you know, as they say, start believing in your own celebrity, and that's when you begin your downfall. Um, we um, we have to stay grounded. We have to stay in the now, and it's okay to have ego. It's okay to feel good about oneself. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if you're putting up blinders to the reality of what is your now, what you're in the now, if you put blinders up and you're not accepting because you can't pick and choose reality, all right? So, you know, you can't say, well, I'm only going to pull in all the good stuff and just kick out all that other stuff that I got no use for. If you do it like that, you're going to find yourself in a mess. It's just that simple. There's a lot of up and downs. There's a lot of relationships coming and going. Um, the relationships are just like, it's like, you know, you look at some bushes in the morning, and if there's been a dew, and you look and you see spider webs everywhere, and they're so beautiful and intricate, and there's so many patterns, and then you'll see one, it looks like it was a spider on crack. There's no sense, reason, or rhyme. It's just a jumble of webs, and it goes every which way. And that's how your relationships are going to be for the next 2 weeks. It's going to take a little bit to sort them out and straighten them out. So I'm going to stop right there, Cancer. This video is the longest one I think I've done for the 12 mid-months, and it's way too long for a mid-month. But there was just so much going on, and I have to go until the cards have all the meanings rung right out of them for this reading. And here we are. It's going to be 45 minutes. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you did enjoy the reading. I hope you heed the warning of the cards. If nothing else, to bring you up a little bit, maybe stop you short back a little bit before you cross a line that can't be crossed again. Maybe give you food for thought. If nothing else, if it's a bigger picture, I hope it helps. And that's about all I can say. I hope you come back. I hope you subscribed at this point if you're brand new. And I hope you do come back. And once you get your email notifications that are going to be coming out in the next 2 weeks for all 12 signs of the zodiac, Cancer will bump you up a little bit more. Rather, this is the last reading. The lineup got a little messed up. That's my fault. Anyways, it's better late than never. So stay tuned, and October readings will be coming up real soon for everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking and sharing, and thank you for all your comments. And I'll see you back in about 2 weeks. I'll see you then. Goodbye.